Alright, welcome to the Week 7 training. We're over halfway through the season. A lot of region games are kicking in. A lot of games now have a lot of importance tied to them, so we just want to be even more vigilant and sure that we're doing the best we can. So, just a little mechanical thing we want to talk about. Here we have a kickoff. This is a crew of 7. And on the return, it comes out to about the 48, 49, and the deep's going to grab the spot. On kickoffs, the wing has a spot all the way to the 2, or 2 in the inside. So the deep would just cover it if we got within in the 2. So here we want the wing to come up and grab this spot. It also kind of leaves the deep open so you can kind of look at some action going on around. You know, here we have a little shove at the end. It's close to the play being over, so it's not a foul. But the wing staying back instead of running to grab the spot, or the deep staying back instead of running to grab the spot, would kind of help us see that in case it becomes more than it actually is. Just remember, wings are going to grab the spot unless we're inside the 2. Just another note on spot. We want to make sure we're squaring in. Here the wing's going to kind of run at an angle and then come in. What we will want to do in this instance is just you kind of want to square down here and then come in kind of like an L shape. It just looks better, looks sharper. So watch the action right here. Here we're going to call hold, and there's just nothing there, especially not enough to warrant a foul. We do have a hand on the outside shoulder. We got a grab. Remember, there's got to be a grab and a restrict, and this just isn't much of anything. Plus, the feet are good for a while, but even when they break, there's no real grab and restrict there. He just kind of shoves them by the shoulder. So this is the hole we want to let go. Just again, nothing there. Let's make these holes big. Make sure we have both a clear grab and a restrict. Crew of 7 mechanic here. We see the side judge running in to be that second umpire, but problem is we have you see we have a quarterback and an up back, someone in position to receive a snap. We don't have a holder and a kicker yet. You have a T there, but you don't have a holder and a kicker. That T means nothing. So what we would want to do, side judge, we want you to stay out here in your normal position. So we're at the 21, so you would be on the goal line extended. We want you to stay out there because if this becomes a pass, so they snap it and he throws over here, the only people we have over there are the wing and the play clock operator. So we want the side judge to be here until you see a holder in place to receive a snap and hold it for a kicker. Then we would come in for that second umpire. It's more important for you to be out here than it is to be the second umpire right now. So just, you know, I know it's a lot of running, but again, it's just one of those, you need to pick where the most important aspect is. So here we have a rarely seen, even more rarely called illegal participation. The receiver down at the bottom, he's going to run out of bounds on his own and then come back in and block. And you can see the run is to his side and scored a touchdown on this run. So this is an illegal participation. He went out on his own and then came back in. You notice the hat on the ground, that is an optional mechanic in high school. You can throw your hat if you want to. It's up to you. You would throw the hat where he goes out of bounds, and the flag is thrown where he comes back in bounds, because it's not a foul until he comes back in bounds. This is correctly called illegal participation. Now if this happens, say the receiver over here steps out and you still have to run to this side, maybe you wouldn't call that one. You just talk to the receiver because it has no impact on the play, sort of like our philosophy on holding. Here we're going to have a textbook blindside block out here right in front of the pass. right there. You know, normally we see these blindside blocks on kick returns or a scrimmage play where there's a change of field abruptly. This is just a basic scrimmage play, but that is a textbook blindside block. It's a pretty vital one because it's right there at the point of attack. So this was correctly called. They don't like it, but it was a good hit. I mean, a good foul. This is probably your deeps key, but the wing can throw it, especially since it's right there in front of him, and he is the one that throws it. So again, it's a good call for blindside block. All right, here the referee kind of gets in a predicament. So we're gonna have a pass play, and we're from about the 14. So quarterback's gonna drop back if he's under duress. So now we have the wing staying home because we have a pass, but we need the referee to both watch the action of the quarterback and get the spot. One thing we don't want to do is we don't want the referee to not have eyes on the quarterback here. But then he's also got to get the spot. You know, I mean, the wings, they got pass responsibilities here. I mean, the wings got a key right there. Headline judge, he's got to hold the line. So the wings can't really help in this situation. So the best thing to do for the referee probably is to beanbag the spot and then stay with the quarterback. It's just going to drop your beanbag on the forward progress. We're correct here in ruling forward progress and not a safety. But we probably want to just beanbag that spot and then stay with the quarterback. Because we got to watch the action on the quarterback. Alright, we've been looking at some punt shields and actions on the punt shield. This is not going to be a shield, it's just going to be a blocker. But you can see right there, this player, he's defending the punter. The defender's going to go up in the air and kind of get upended. Alright, this is not a foul for block below the waist because the defender voluntarily left his feet. The defender voluntarily leaves his feet is not a foul. Now, if he gets help, or if he is blocked below the waist and lifted up, then that would be a foul. But in this instance, the defender leaves his feet before the contact. He's just trying to block the punt by going airborne. So he is responsible for his actions once he goes airborne. So this is correctly passed on. It is not a foul. It is just, you know, once the defender leaves his feet, he's on his own. Alright, textbook pop-up kick. It's hard to tell from here, but this ball is driven immediately into the ground. You see right there, it bounces off the ground immediately and is well above the kicker's head. So this will be a pop-up kick, pretty textbook. It was called. And, you know, it's a dead ball immediately. You know, we say that, but there's going to be contact. So we're not going to call this in time. Now let's notice this is an obvious onside kick situation. So notice the alignment. This alignment is wrong. The mechanics manual, GHSA Crew 6 manual, has a diagram right, but the wording wrong. So the proper alignment for an obvious onside kick in a Crew 6 is what we did last year. So the umpire would be back here behind the kicker. The deeps are going to be on K's restraining line, and the wings are going to be on R's restraining line. So again, if you look in the Crew 6 manual, is on the training website. The diagram was correct, but the wording was not. That has been edited. We have fixed all that, so now the wording matches the diagram. So again, Crew 6, obvious onside kick, umpire here behind the kicker, deeps, K's restraining line, wings are going to be on R's restraining line. Here we're going to correctly flag a late hit on the quarterback. Kind of jumps on the pile there. You know, there's some extra action involved. He's on the ground. And this guy's going to get a little extra jump. Drop a people's elbow on him. This was correctly called for a late hit. That was extra action. There's no need for it. Good call on the late hit. So watch this receiver right here. Third receiver in. And he's going to come and take this linebacker and just kind of drive him away. This was called for offensive pass interference, and it is a correct call. This is blocking downfield. You know, he's not running a route. He's going to make contact. He can put his hands in and just drive that linebacker out of the play. So good job on picking this up. This is easy to miss, especially in crew of 6. But the crew got it right here and correctly called an offensive pass interference. Alright, if you attend the camp, you probably hear me give my little spiel about don't throw in bean bags. This is a rare instance where throwing your bean bag is warranted. So we're going to go back here. We're going to see the kick is going to hit this is a K player on top of the helmet and bounce. But then this ball is still alive, so we need to be back here ruling on the action here. So, but we still need to mark the spot. So the field judge is going to correctly throw his bean bag at the spot where the first touching occurred and still be back here to rule on any action on the ball. So again, you know, I hate throwing beanbags, but this is an instance where we have to throw it so we can still officiate the play. And it's a pretty good toss, if I might add. That's a good throw. Alright, so last week we had a fight. This week we have another one. This one's a little different. This one's going to be at the end of the game. So the situation is a lot different. So Red's trying to get on the ball. You know, officials, they did everything good here. You know, you go your own pace. Just don't try to rush anything. You go your pace. You know, I mean, they're deliberate in their movements. But no, that's a good job. They weren't too slow, weren't too quick. Start to walk off the field. Now we're going to have that, whatever that was. And a fight's going to kind of break out here. So the rule 118 says our jurisdiction ends when the referee declares a quarter over and the game over. So referees here, just officials, stay out of the middle of this. All right, you know, when that horn sounds, when you get off the field. You see, we referees, officials right in the middle of this. Try and stay out of this because our jurisdiction here is over. No good comes out of us hanging around here. Now, if you want to stand back and write some numbers down, you see the officials write numbers down, that's fine. You want to stand back, write numbers down. But ultimately, when it comes to disqualifications and handling this situation, GHSA office will handle all disqualifications here. So, you know, at this point, we as officials cannot eject anyone from the game because our jurisdiction is over. All we can do is write a report, turn in some numbers if we have them, and GHSA office makes all those decisions. So, in this instance, we just stay out of this. But if you want to write some numbers down for your report to GHSA, that's fine. But ultimately, don't get in the middle of that. Our jurisdiction is over, and we cannot make decisions on ejections. Alright, that's it for this week. Good luck, guys. Stay safe out there, and have a good game.